Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode.
1 second.
Pause, people. I bet he's like, oh, well,
He wants the space.
But he's blocking the fucking road.
Yeah.
Put your indicator on that way.
He's put 2 and 2 together.
I helped.
That was Paddy doesn't have the energy for this, so he's like,
I'm too fucking ill.
Yes. Welcome everyone to a very sick episode of A Slice of Fried Gold.
I'm Paddy.
I'm Ben.
Before I do the old like subscribe, remember, today is the day of Boxing Day.
Yes.
Currently, as we're filming, it's Boxing Day. We forgot to mention last week Merry Christmas and all that jazz. So Merry Christmas. Hope you all had a wonderful festive season. This episode's probably going to come out in the new year. So I hope you had a wonderful new year, and I hope Santa brought all your presents and all that crap.
I'm gonna rouge my knees and roll my stockings down. Sorry, you said all that jazz. That's where my mind went.
Yeah, I'm there. But anyway,
it's the best line. It's like, I'm gonna rouge my knees. Why do you need to rouge your knees? Huh? You whore! You slut!
You.
Go on, Paddy. Do it together.
I can't. I can't. I'm too ill.
Shall I just do this all by myself and you just sit here?
No, I might have to. But anyway, with that being said, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell. If you're listening on Spotify, please do give us a 5-star review. But with all that being said, Ben, how the devil are you?
I love how I've just timed that cough like that.
Yeah, you've done that. You did that last week as well.
I'm actually feeling better sick-wise, so that's good. Firstly, I want to have a moan about people again.
Oh,
standard stuff.
Yeah.
So the other day, my parents asked me if they could use my flat again to host a little buffet.
Oh yes, I did know about this.
And they're like, "Oh, you can stay with," and I was like, "Who is it?" And they're like, "Oh, it's a bunch of Jotos." I was like, "I'll excuse myself."
I shall be gone.
Oh, but you'll love them. You'll get along with them. I was like, doubtful.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was like, what do I do? Because, they needed my flat from 5 p.m. till 10 p.m.
Oh, good lord.
Yes. So I was like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I was like, I'll just go to the cinema. I'll just go to the cinema.
Oh, okay.
That'll
Yeah.
I'll go out, grab something to eat, and then go to the cinema. That will take a good chunk of the time out.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was nothing in the cinema that I wanted to watch. Mm-hmm. So guess what I want to see for the 3rd time?
Did you go watch Wicked again?
I went to go see Wicked again.
Oh my god.
Anyway, the reason I want to moan is because there was a group of people in my seat. Well, not everyone in the seat, but I booked a seat away from everyone.
Yeah.
I'd literally put myself up against the wall.
Yeah.
With a 3-4 person gap between me and anyone else.
Yeah.
Get there, and there's a group in my seat and the seats next to it.
Right.
And I was like, I do not have the time nor the energy to fight this.
Yeah.
Whatever, I'll just find another spot. And then it's like I'd open up the app and I was looking at the screen, and they were sitting in my seat because someone else was sitting in their seat.
Right.
You're given a seat for a reason.
Yeah. You book seats so people can sit where they want to sit.
Yes.
Not so you can book a seat and then sit wherever.
Yeah, exactly. So that irritated me.
Yeah.
And then the next bit that irritated me was where I should have sat.
Yeah.
The guy in front of that was on his phone all the way through.
Wow.
You could tell he was there because his family wanted to go see it.
Right, okay.
He was looking at his emails and everything.
Oh, wow.
And he was just staring at his inbox, and it was and I was like,
that's dedication.
Yeah.
It's dedication to not.
And I was just sitting, and I could see the person who'd taken my seat was getting sort of huffy. And I was like, see, love, if you hadn't taken my seat, I would have done something about it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even leaned over and gone, hey, can you put your phone away? No, I would have just fucking kicked the back of the seat. Just fucking ram it with my foot.
Yeah.
And then when he looks down, what are you doing? I'm like, put your fucking phone away. And do you know what's even worse?
What?
Is he was staring at his inbox. I think maybe his wife or something said, look, put it away.
Yeah.
Because he finally put his phone away. Yeah. And then it started to ring.
What, as in, what,
someone was calling him.
No, a quietly buzz.
Oh, no. Full on ringtone and everything.
Oh, wow.
And he just sat there and let it ring. He didn't try and get it out to turn it off or anything.
Wow.
He just sat there and let it ring. And then after it finished ringing, he then pulled it out to look at who'd called him.
What a twat.
Dick.
What a dick.
absolute dick. And I just kept sitting, and as I said, I was just sitting there going, if you'd let me sit in my seat, I could have done my thing. And we would have all been much better off for it. So there was that. Naturally. I've gained a slug sense.
Right.
Spider-Man has spidey senses. I have the slug sense.
Okay.
Walking into my kitchen the other night, and of course, naturally, it was dark and everything. I just sort of went in. I just suddenly stopped. I was like, "There's a slug in here. I can feel it. I can tell.
I can sense
it." Turned my light on, and I was like, looked down. Initially, no slug, but then, like, as I did like a sweep of the perimeter, I found one, and I was like, "I knew it."
Sweep of the perimeter.
And what do I say sweep of the perimeter? Because they're never in the same place.
I know.
So I have to do a sweep of the perimeter. And I found one. And I was like, yes, I have a superpower. It is to sense slugs.
Oh, dear.
Beware of my superpower.
Okay. Woo.
Slug man.
Spooky. Scary stuff.
I can send my slugs after you. And naturally, once again, as always, there was something else I wanted to talk about. And I've completely forgotten.
Wonderful.
Yes. So, Paddy, other than being sick, how the devil are you?
Well, as you said, I've got my second batch of winter flu. I had one at the beginning of the month, and now I've got another one now. I am feeling rough as nuts. But overall, other than that, kind of okay. Christmas was good. I've had to work today, hence like the slightly more smarter attire.
Yes.
I did. It didn't bug me today, but a customer made a very silly comment.
Okay.
We came come in, I'll table under blah 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 this time. Yeah, no problem. Go to the waiter. I'm so sorry you have to work today.
Oh.
Don't fucking book a table then, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Like, the reason why we have to work on Boxing Day is because you lot want to have lunch. Don't apologise to us that we have to work. Stay at home. You got food left over from yesterday, I guarantee.
Everyone does, yeah.
I've got food left over from yesterday, and I didn't even cook. My Lord. What is wrong with people?
Let's not get into that, because the answer is lots of things.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there is a lot of things. But, I mean, don't apologise to me. Give me a bigger tip.
Yeah.
Don't just sit there and be like...
Don't just give the tip, give the full length.
And girth.
It's what he wants.
It's what I need. But yeah, how patronising. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry you have to work today. Then don't fucking book a table and let us have, our festive season with our families.
See, what I would have done then, once again, don't ever follow my advice, because this is how you get fired.
Yeah, I can say that.
But when if I was that waiter and she's like, I'm so sorry you have to work, I would have just turned to her husband and gone, I'm so sorry you have to go home with that. That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
Because once again, bitch can play this game too.
Yeah. It was just so silly. Like, it wasn't even necessary. You know what I mean? It's so... the server that was serving is Polish, and then in Poland, Christmas Day is actually the 24th.
Yes.
So she had Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off, because we're closed Christmas Day, which is quite nice. So it was it was one of those things. So she had already had her festive season, so it's not a big thing. But everybody else, you've had 3-4 days off? Did you work Christmas Eve?
I worked Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, some companies don't.
Yes.
Some companies don't, work Christmas Eve and everything else. Some people get more, some people get less. Some people get 2 weeks off. It varies.
Yes.
But it's just, it ground my gears, Ben, as Peter Griffin would say. It just ground my gears.
It did.
But other than that, nothing else really to report. Just a silly patronising comment today.
I went into Lidl Christmas Eve morning just before work. Needed just grab a couple of things that after my plans for Christmas Day had slightly changed. I needed a bit more food, so I just ran into Lidl to grab a few extra things.
Yeah.
So bearing in mind, Lidl opens at 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
I was in there, got what I needed, and at the tills by 8:10.
Yeah.
And there was this couple in front of me that had a full week's shop already on the tills.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'm annoyed or slightly impressed that they've managed to do a full week's shop in 10 minutes. Like, were they treating this like supermarket sweep?
Yeah.
Was what's his face, Dale?
Yeah.
Like the other side of the tills? Going, let's see what you got!
Yeah.
You're like, I was just so confused. Like, how have you, like, when I do a full week's shop, bearing in mind, I do a full week's shop for one person.
Oh, yeah.
It takes me 20 minutes, maybe? Maybe 15 on a good day?
Yeah. I get what you mean. It's funny like that because me and the other half we do a monthly shop, so we do like a giant shop.
Yeah.
Because we'll grab like little fresh bits from like the one over the Tesco Express over the road.
Yeah.
Like a loaf of bread or whatever and things like that. But we will do like a monthly shop and we'll buy like packs of meat and then like break it down and things like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, for us. For that shop takes us an hour. You know, we go around every aisle. Right, what do we need? We have a list, but we made sure. But to do a weekly shop in 10 minutes, impressive.
Yeah. Unless they were literally running up and down the aisles and just arm out, pouring it all in.
Just go. We don't need that. Just grab it.
Just grab it. And when I came home, like, because I was like, this is an interesting story. I'll go home and tell my parents.
Yeah.
I told my parents, and do you know what my dad said?
What?
He was like, oh, it's only closing for a day. Christmas is only a day. And I was like, that's not the point of the story, Dad. They didn't look panicked. They didn't look like they were panic buying anything. It wasn't just kitchen roll, toilet roll and tinned food.
Yeah.
It was an actual week shop.
Yeah.
Because you can tell the difference.
Yeah.
Can't you?
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
because that's the thing. You know that they're like, why do my weekly shop on a Tuesday? So I'm going to do it. I don't give a damn that it's Christmas Eve. I'm doing my weekly shop.
Yeah. But no, this wasn't panic buy, like buy all the dried and tinned goods.
Yeah.
No. This was just, I'm just shocked.
Just doing my shop.
Yeah.
Getting my fruit and veg.
And there was me with my like 3 items.
Yeah.
Just like, can you let me through? Please?
People need to do that more. Nobody does that anymore.
Yeah.
But I think that's also because you got the self-scanning thing. But not Lidl.
Not in our Lidls. There isn't one in Manchester that does, and I'm jealous.
That's weird. That must be like the beta one.
Maybe.
So,
but yeah,
interesting.
It tickled me how quickly they managed to do it.
It did. I agree. Cool. Right. So should we do a film?
Yes, I think we're going to have to really drag it out, but let's talk film.
Right. So we just went to see Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Yes.
Do you want to go first? Or should I go?
I'll go first.
You go first.
Give you some time to try and breathe.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the sound editing later, aren't I? I'm going to hear it and just hear.
Yeah. Basically, people, if I sound really, really bad on this, I apologise.
Yeah. Right. So, Sonic 3 is good. It's good. Good family, solid family film.
Yep.
Kids are going to love it.
Yep.
Parents are going to be able to tolerate it, and I think that's a good evidence of a good family film is something kids will love and something parents will tolerate.
Yeah.
There's the right amount of meta jokes and fourth wall breaking.
Yeah.
There's not too much of it. There's not too little of it. There was one bit where I wish they'd done a fourth wall break and they hadn't.
Oh, okay.
It's relatively right at the start.
Yeah.
Sonic says something like, "Sorry, we've already done that tonight." It's like, you should have just said, "Sorry, we've already done that this film."
Yeah.
That would have just been beautiful, little chef's kiss on top.
Yeah.
But they didn't. But yeah, the references were funny, the jokes are funny. Yeah. I'm glad that they stopped having Sonic do the fucking floss.
Oh, yeah.
Because that just dates it.
Yeah, it does.
Like, when I was rewatching 1 and 2, ready for this, and he does the floss, I was like, that just dates you. Because no one does the floss anymore.
No, it's not.
It's,
It's the Fortnite dance.
Yeah. So I'm glad that they stopped doing that, and they did references that are like timeless references.
Yeah.
Which much more in my favour.
Yeah.
I did get annoyed a bit because, of course, in the second one, there's the scene where Sonic nearly drowns, and then half of this is in a place where Sonic shouldn't be able to breathe, and he seems to have a conversation in that area.
I think that's because he has a certain plus, a certain thing with him.
Yeah, but there's a bit where he doesn't, because he's new.
Yeah, but he still has it. Because do you see what I mean?
Yeah, reaching, but I see what you mean.
But that I thought the same thing, and then he like again, and I was like, oh, it's because he's obviously.
I shall reluctantly allow that.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, come on. You need to think about these things like continuity. In the second film, he nearly drowns, but in this one, he doesn't. It's a bit annoying, but whatever. It's not. Kids aren't going to be too fussed about it. Kids aren't going to care.
Yeah.
It's more the adults are going to sit there and think, that's weird. But this isn't a film for adults. This is a film for kids.
It is also about a blue hedgehog that runs really, really fast.
Yes. Animation was good. It was all very clean, very strong, polished.
Yeah.
Acting was also very good.
Yeah.
Especially the voice acting. No notes. It's a solid family film.
Yeah.
Paddy, your opinions?
You know what, Ben? It's only taken to nearly the end of the year to actually find a good movie.
We both praised Wicked.
I know. I know I'm being over-exaggerated.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that how many shit films have we seen this year? How many bad films there are? And it's taken the end of the year to get some actually, like, good films in.
Yeah.
Wicked and Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Yeah.
I mean, it's taken 12 months to get these. You know what I mean? Like, it was, I like the Sonic movies. I loved it. I thought this was great. It was making me laugh. The emotional beats were good. You can argue they've kind of changed Shadow's backstory a little bit.
No, maybe. I don't know.
He's a clone originally of Sonic.
Maybe in like the original Sega game, but in the Shadow the Hedgehog standalone game, it's very much what they had there.
Yeah, but he was still always a clone of Sonic. But in this, they changed it slightly, which is not a big deal. They do these kind of things. Like I liked Keanu Reeves as Shadow.
Yeah.
I think it was a good addition to the team. Everybody was on top form. Ben Schwartz, Idris Elba as Knuckles is top tier casting for me. I think it's hilarious. I think he's so good because he's like, it's like how Thor was when like in the first two,
doesn't understand the world,
so he's being serious and stuff and being how he is.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it doesn't fit in our world, and that's what I like about Idris Elba's Knuckles. In this, Jim Carrey as always, over the top melodramatic acting. Love it. It's funny. Like you said, fourth wall breaking, really good. Things like that. All those kind of jokes, I think they're great. And I think there's a reason why, and you can argue the fact that these are video game movies because it is based on a video game. These are the only ones that are carrying on going.
That was something that you reminded me of what I wanted to say about this.
Okay,
it's shocking and quite upsetting that a Sonic film manages to do a better superhero film than the whole of Marvel for the whole year.
I know.
What?
I know.
Sonic manages to do a superhero film better than Marvel.
Yeah. I know. It's silly, like, because I think I think, not that I want to go into Marvel, but I think also the thing with Marvel is they're trying to make their movies not family friendly, but kind of appease fans as well as like drawing new ones, kids, things like that.
Yeah.
Where this is very much like a kids' film, but families can go see it, like you said, and parents won't begrudge it. Where some of the Marvel movies of late, especially like you start thinking of things like Infinity War and all that, they're not dark, but they have more of a serious undertone.
Yeah.
Where this doesn't. It's very light-hearted, and therefore people enjoy it.
Yeah.
And that's why I think these movies work. You look at even things like Detective Pikachu, like that was like a really, really great film, but it hasn't spawned anything else yet.
No.
You know, it hasn't spawned a sequel. It hasn't spawned a spin-off or anything like that. And it feels like that's very much now dead in the water.
Yeah, but
Like,
I think it's because Sega and Nintendo are going off the basis of we'll make a film if we've got the story, whereas Marvel are we need to make films to make money kind of thing. The mantras are different.
Yeah.
Which technically you could argue is your Western v Eastern philosophies.
Yeah, I guess.
Japan's only doing something if it needs to be done, whereas the West is pump everything out as much as you can.
Yeah, but I mean, I just think they're I just think it's a quality film. You know, it's like it's not in your face. They've not overdone budget. Acting's great, jokes good, CGI, and we always bang on about CGI and stuff in this. CGI is good. I mean, for the fact that most of your main characters are CGI, obviously you know they're CGI, but it doesn't look CGI. You know what I mean? They're like they're well, you know, they put the money in the right places and everything. I really enjoyed it. I think it's good. You know.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
They're obviously gunning for a Sonic 4 with the end scene credits, and I
think this will do well enough that it will spawn a fourth.
Yeah,
I mean the fact that it also got obviously the spin-off series with the Knuckles TV show, that'd be good. I'd like to maybe see a spin-off or like a Tails one, like a one-off, and
maybe
that might like bridge the gap between 4, like this one, 3 and 4, which would be good. But yeah, I think. I really do hope. I mean, the annoying thing is obviously it's just come out just before Christmas.
Yes.
And even though it wasn't too busy, we did go in on the Boxing Day, so it's like a little bit all over the place for like people to go to the cinema.
Mm.
But it would be nice that it does well enough to ensure that we get another film.
Yeah. I get that.
Or like I said, a spin-off or something to help pass over. Those bits, but yeah, overall, it was a great film. So, with that being said, Ben, we've had this discussion before.
Okay.
But I wondered if their opinions might change, or I know, and if you could, we've always said if you could have any kind of video game adaptation into a movie. We've had this discussion before, but it can't be what I go kind of finite it a little bit more in the sense of if you could have any movie made out of a video game, but it can't be like a remake or a one that's already done before. So we can't have an Assassin's Creed one again because there's been an Assassin's Creed one again. What would you have?
Let me think about Final Fantasy X without a shadow of a doubt.
No, there's been Final Fantasy movies. There's been the animated ones.
Yes, but the first one, Final Fantasy Aeon Flux, was not tied to the video games in any way, shape or form. It was just Square Enix were like, let's test our hands at a film.
Yeah.
And then they just used the name. And then Final Fantasy VII Advent Children is Final Fantasy VII. So can I not have a Final Fantasy X? Because the Final Fantasies are all separate from one another.
Yeah, I was talking more of a franchise that hasn't been.
Oh,
do you see what I mean?
Right. Okay.
Is there something because we get the Ghost of Tsushima, but that's going to be like a TV series.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Is there a game that you've played in recent times that you would like to see made into a movie?
Okay, if not Final Fantasy X, then Lost Odyssey, written by the same guy who wrote Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X and Lost Odyssey are the only two video games that have made me cry.
I know.
So, putting that in the cinema, would I cry again? Probably not, because I know what's coming, but...
I feel like you would.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's a difference between... But the question is then, would you have it as an animated one, or would you have live action?
I would have live action.
Yeah.
I would have live action. I would be in control. I'd be directing it.
Yeah, obviously.
No, right, okay. In all seriousness, I mean, those would be my choices, but if you're saying a franchise that's not been done before, and Final Fantasy X has been done before, you know what? No, I'm trying to think. What was yours, whilst I quickly think?
Well, I'd love to have like Ghost of Tsushima, but they're obviously
they're doing that.
But they're doing that, so I can't speak for that yet because obviously it's not.
And they've done The Last of Us as well.
Yeah, and they've done The Last of Us into a TV show, which is like they're like that's like one of the greatest video games we've ever made. I don't.
They've done Resident Evil.
That's the thing. Like, I'd love to have like Resident Evil done again, but like actually done properly.
Yeah.
But it can't be a franchise that's been done before.
If we're talking family friendly, Spyro would be a good one.
Spyro would be a great one.
Spyro would be a good one. That you'd need to have because of course Spyro is a very sort of you got your character and that's it. Until you get to like the second and third, and they start building out the character roster. So you'd have to. I don't know if you'd have to bring the characters in earlier than what they do in the video games, or completely whole separate story, separate to the video games, and it's just you're using the characters.
Yeah, maybe. But then again, Sonic did. The first Sonic film did have just Sonic. I know there was like human characters.
Human characters, exactly.
But.
So there was other characters for them to interact with.
Yeah. Because obviously you've got the Minecraft movie coming out soon, which does not look good.
Nope. I don't think anyone's excited for that.
I don't know. I still think it's going to make like
it will make loads.
It will make so much money.
Because as I said, it will be parents go, oh, you play that Minecraft on that Sega. We'll take you to the cinema. Oh, don't know if your parents ever did that, but my parents always used to do that. You're playing your PlayStation again? No, it's an Xbox. And then I get a PlayStation 5. They go, are you playing that Xbox again? I'm like, no, it's a PS. It's a PS5. Ah!
I think my parents didn't know. They always just said console.
Smart.
Yeah, they didn't commit. Didn't
no, my parents always committed. You playing that PlayStation again? No, I'm playing my Xbox again.
Yeah, I am. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Leave me to my happy place.
Exactly.
There was. I don't remember if you remember this video game. I can't remember if it was PS4. It was called The Order, which was like based in Victoria, London, but it had like werewolves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I bloody loved that video game.
Yeah.
I really, really, really enjoyed it.
Unfortunately, I never played it myself, but I believe you're one of a few.
Yeah, I know.
It was not well received.
It was not well received. I really liked the storyline. I thought it was like a very. I don't think the gameplay was great.
Yeah.
But like even like with some things, with some games they do struggle with that front. But like I really enjoyed the storyline.
Yeah.
So that's why I'd probably have something like that. I think
I'm actually going to go back to my original joke answer of Lost Odyssey.
Yeah.
And the reason for why, I don't know if you ever played Lost Odyssey.
No.
So I'll give you a basic synopsis.
Yeah.
But your main character is an immortal.
Okay.
And he's lost all his memories.
Right.
And as you go through the game, you unlock these, they're literally called the 10,000 years of memories.
Right, okay.
And they're paragraphs and paragraphs of short stories.
Oh, okay.
And okay, I will admit, I did not tend to sit there and read them because
they're
huge. Yeah, but you could do the storyline of the video game as a film, and then you could do the 10,000 Years of Memories as a spin-off TV series.
Yeah, good.
Boom.
Yeah. Franchise, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Copyright Ben Middleton.
And a slice of fried gold pod.
But yeah, that's what I would do.
There you go. Job done.
Inspired, brilliant. You just got to give me a few minutes to think sometimes.
Got to process it. Process it.
Anyway.
Final thoughts.
Stop getting your phones out in cinemas.
It's just not nice. It's rude. Cinema etiquette.
Are you that attached to your phone? Do you have withdrawal symptoms if you don't look at your phone within every 5 minutes?
Yeah.
If so, go A&A. A&A? AA? Alcohol's Anonymous.
Yeah. That's too many syllables.
Phone Anonymous?
Yeah, something like
that. Dickhead Anonymous. There you go.
Right.
When you book a seat in cinema, sit there. Don't go to someone else's seat, because then I have to be the dick of you're in my seat.
Yeah. So that's why we book seats. Yeah, there's a system for a reason, people.
Yes.
Festive season. Be festive.
We love it.
Illnessy, I'm sick.
How quick can you do a full week's shop?
Yeah.
Can you beat 10 minutes? Are you doing supermarket sweep?
Yeah. Time it and let us know. Sonic 3.
Decent film.
Decent film.
Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. Ben has slug sense.
Sense it now.
Right.
There's one over there, I can sense it.
Probably. Everywhere. Anyway, with that being said, let us know down below. You can email us as well at sliceoffiregodpod@gmail.com. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, please do give us a 5-star review. With that being said, we'll see you in next week's episode. Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.